and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is what to pack for the Atlanta Zoo. We love the Atlanta Zoo. We have a season pass, so we pretty much have it down to a science. So I hope this video helps you out if this is your first time going. And then if you stay to the end of the video, I also have some tips and tricks for like the best path to take throughout the zoo, as well as a few ways that you can get your tickets or a membership for a cheaper price. So watch all the way to the end. Hi! If you're new, please hit that little subscribe button down below and be sure to hit the little bell to be notified every time I upload. The first thing I want to recommend is bringing sunblock. I forgot ours one time when we went, and it cost me like $14 inside the park to buy it. Those gift shop prices are extremely high, and I also recommend bringing sunblock in the summer and in the winter because you are mostly exposed to the sun walking through the park, and I feel like even when we went this month in December, my kids got a little sun, so definitely bring it all year round. The park is open 363 days of the year. The only days that they are closed is November and Christmas Day. I've also noticed that the best time to go to the park is in the fall. We went the week after Christmas. It was like 56 degrees, and we saw every single animal except for the sun bear. They were all out, and that was the first time that I'd ever had it where every single animal was outside and not on the inside habitat. The only animal that was on the inside habitat was the kimono dragon, and I think that was because like maybe they can't handle 55-degree weather, because that guy is usually outside. So definitely sunblock. Definitely go on a cooler day. Next, I recommend bringing a roll of quarters and dollar bills. They have these feed the animal dispensers all throughout the park, as well as the collectible penny things. Those actually take a dollar bill, and if you forget the penny, they will supply it, but those are a lot of fun for my kids. And then also throughout the park, they have conservatory drop slides where you can drop the quarter in or any coin and it'll roll around, and then the money goes to the zoo. The third thing I recommend is a side-by-side stroller, and the reason I recommend a side-by-side stroller is because that way both kids can see. I also recommend a stroller that is easy for your kids to get in and out of if they don't require to be buckled like the entire time you're in the park, because they will want to get out and run around. Even if your kids are big enough to walk, I still recommend a stroller because it's a lot of hills and it's a lot of walking, and they do get tired. Mine usually don't mind getting back in the stroller and sitting while we walk from exhibit to exhibit, but one of the ways I occupy my 4-year-old in between exhibits is I give him the map, and then he can follow the animal pictures and let me know which animal we're coming up to next, and he loves it. If you forget your stroller, they do have stroller rentals. It is $9 for a single stroller and $11 for a double stroller, and they are very spacious. There is also stroller parking all throughout the park. Next, I recommend bringing food. There is a Starbucks in the park and a bunch of other food places, and the prices are not terrible, but they are typical like amusement park foods. You can bring any food into the park except for you cannot bring plastic straws. They do have water bottle refill stations all throughout the park. We usually just bring our food and then halfway through stop and take a break where the kids can get out and eat lunch, run around, and play. I highly recommend taking your lunch break in front of, right after you see the gorillas, in front of Willie B's Pizza. There is a statue of Willie B sitting there, and the reason I like this place is because there's a playground right there. There is the water refill station, and then there is a bathroom with a diaper changing station and a nursing station, and it's just our favorite place to stop for lunch. In the next few clips, I'm going to tell you guys our favorite path to take throughout the park. So when you first walk into the park, you're going to see a playground on your right, and you're going to see flamingos on your left. First, we stop at the flamingos so the kids can get out, they can stretch, they can do their thing, and then we always go over to the bathrooms that are right there on the right. Away, you will see your first penny smashing station, and then once the kids are all set up from the bathroom, we head on over to the playground, and I let the kids run and play, and I just sit and relax and watch them. On this particular day, the playground was actually out of order, but usually it's a fine working playground. This playground butts up to the carousel, so that's the next thing that you'll see, as well as a few other attractions that my kids just aren't quite big enough for. And then we zoom right past the splash pad. In the summertime, we go to the splash pad, we loop back around and go to the splash pad at the end. So make sure you bring your kids' bathing suits because this splash pad is awesome. My kids have a riot, and it always is a beautiful end to the day. And then right past the splash pad is where you can buy your tickets to ride the train if you choose to do so. After the playground stuff is out of the way, the next stop is the children's zoo. This is also one of my kids' favorite spots. They have goats and sheep and other animals. It's just a small petting zoo. When you first come in to the gate on the right, there is this little box that has brushes in it. They're usually pretty good about keeping that stocked. And then you can just brush all the animals and let the kids run around. And then at the end, there is a hand washing station. Once you have finished with Kids Zone and the petting zoo, that is when I put my kids in the stroller and we go to see the animals. Usually I give them a stack right as we start to see the animals. They have burned all of their energy and they're usually more content to sit and ride in the stroller instead of wanting to like get out and walk and fight with me if I let them do all the fun stuff and burn their energy first. So the first thing you will come up to is like the pandas and like the Asian animals, and then you will come around to the rainforest and you'll see the gorillas and the animals like that. Those exhibits are all very cool. And the next thing you will come down to is the reptiles and the Georgia Extreme exhibit. The Georgia Extreme exhibit is a small building to the left on the walkway as you're walking up to the Reptile Museum. And even if you are not into creepy crawlies, I highly recommend stopping here, especially if you are there in the summer. It is Georgia-specific animals, so there are not a ton of like creepy crittery animals. It's mostly fish. The one wall is this giant big aquarium, and if you have small kids with you, it's enclosed and it's air conditioned, so it is the best place to cool off in the summertime. You can kind of just close the door. It's not usually too crowded. You just close the door. I let my kids get out. I let them run around. I let them have a snack. When I was breastfeeding, I definitely stopped here to let my 2-year-old run around while I was breastfeeding the baby. And it is just the perfect place to sit, kind of regroup, and get it together. After the reptile exhibit, you will come down around to the African Savannah exhibit. That is the new exhibit, so it is like elephants and giraffes and all of the African animals together in one exhibit, and it is really cool. It's a huge open space. You feel like you are right on top of the animals, and they have a nice patio out there, and it's just a really, really nice new exhibit. After the African animals, you will come back up to where the entrance and the exit is. We usually loop back by the flamingos and say hello and then go on down to the splash pad in the summertime, and I let the kids run and play until they are tired and worn out, and then we put them in the stroller and I go straight out the door. Okay guys, I hope this video is helpful in planning your trip to the Atlanta Zoo. So you will need sunblock, dollar bills, quarters, a bathing suit, snacks, and if you're taking one, a side-by-side double stroller if you have more than one kiddo. I hope this helped. We really enjoy the Atlanta Zoo. I actually buy a season pass every single year, and I find for me that that's the most like efficient way to do it. If your children are 2 years old and younger, you can get the companion pass, and it's $99 a year, and that gets you 2 adults in for free. And then if you have kids that you need to pay to get in, I would recommend doing the 3rd level pass, which is $139 a year. I also recommend, if you're buying a season pass, to purchase it in May, because in May, they always do a deal where you get $20 off, and then you also get 6 months free. So instead of paying for 1 year, you pay for a year and a half. So check that out. They run that offer every single year, and they have been for the last like 5. And it's always called like Panda 14 or Penguin 12 or something like that. So just be on the lookout for that. If you call the front desk, they usually will tell you when that promotion is on and when it is off. There's also usually Groupons available for the Atlanta Zoo and that Atlanta City Pass if you're planning on doing more than one event in Atlanta, but that City Pass is also pretty pricey. The last thing I recommend is, if you have access to a Georgia library, checking out the Atlanta Zoo Pass book at the Atlanta Library. If you ask the librarian, she will know what you're talking about. And basically what it is it's a DVD on the history of the Atlanta Zoo. If you go in, check it out, and watch it, then they will give you a voucher to get two Atlanta Zoo passes, tickets to get into the park. They do have to be used within 7 days of returning the book. And we have moved around a little bit, so every single library that I have tried to get that from, there has been a waiting list for it, so you have to really watch it. And if you check in your local mom groups, sometimes, and like ask about it, sometimes they even have it organized like, Sally's going to check out the book today, and then the next person that's going to check out the book is Susie. And when Sally returns the book, she needs to send Susie a message and let her know that the book is at the library and she needs to go pick it up. And it's like a whole ring. So it is kind of hard to come by unless your library is doing like the Blue Ridge Library does, where you go in and they give you the DVD and then you have to go into a room and watch the DVD and then come back out and return it. They don't even let you leave with the book. So just check with your local library. It's a state-funded program, so every library across the state of Georgia should have access to that book, and the librarian should be able to give you all of the information on that. So thanks for checking out this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope it helped. If you are new, hit the subscribe button down below. I upload videos every week, and if you are a YouTuber, be sure to check me out on Instagram, because I am posting all kinds of motivational content on how to make your small business grow from home with your kids. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!